late night collective messages. Okay, so I really like this vibe, right? The chilly vibe, the cool vibe. It brings out all the darkness in people. And I especially like when the darkness is pointed towards people who are higher above that darkness. Okay, so like what I mean by that, right? So there are like anxious, like I heard slithery ass, shivery ass people around you, right? They move so smoothly and so calmly, pretending like they ain't doing nothing, giving you the shifty side eye. They move like snakes, to be honest with you, right through the grass. And I could even see like a safari here. I could see people moving like through the, slithering through the grass, but they're not seeing that you a whole ass leopard, right? One thing I know about leopards is leopards raise themselves. Leopards' mothers don't stick around with them. Leopards' mothers abandon them at a very young age so that they learn to cope with what's going on in the outside world by themselves. Okay, like leopards are such solitary animals that 99% of the time you won't find them with another motherfucking leopard. It's like that's why that species is, that's why it's resilient. That's why we still have fucking wild ass leopards, is because these bitches are solitary. They don't need another fucking leopard. They don't need a whole pack. They don't need a pack of motherfucking lions. They don't need a pack of motherfucking cheetahs in order to get what they need. Okay, so that's the type of situation that we're dealing with here. You are independent as fuck. You are hard as fuck. You are strong as fuck. Alone, independently. So imagine what you like with a whole motherfucking pack. And I'm not saying you need one, because you really motherfucking don't. But I'm saying when you do find your, the group that you've been seeking out, or the person that you've been seeking out, when you do finally settle, it's gonna be with someone. You're gonna create a strong ass pack. Okay, like you're gonna be alpha type shit. You're gonna be alpha, strong as hell. And you might have been talking about this shit recently, like alpha, omega, and all that fucking whack bullshit. You've been talking about how much you have gone through, how much you have been through as a solitary person. You didn't need anyone to teach you, to walk you through. I'm not saying that make you special, because many people have the same story, but I'm saying, look how stable you are now. That is not a story that is common. It's not common for people who are solitary, who are independent, because we are social animals. We are social animals, right? We're animals who need stimulation, but maybe you get your stimulation elsewhere. People might look at you like you're a motherfucking serial killer. Like, at this point, I don't blame them, because a lot of people want to lie. A lot of people want to cheat. A lot of people want to steal. And when they don't see you doing none of that as a solitary, independent person, that scares them. They're afraid of it. They think it's all bullshit. They think it's whack shit. They think by, trying to criticize you or look down on you in some type of way, they think by attacking you spiritually, attacking you mentally and emotionally, that they can get one over on you, that they can expose your details. Like they want to be able to expose your energy when there's nothing to fucking expose. It's like, how many pointers, how many warnings, how many, pop shove-its and knocks in the head do you need before you just drop it, bitch? Like, drop the situation. Like, it's not even, at this point in time, it's not even that serious, bitch. Like, you think you're important, but you're not important. Why do you keep thinking that you're important? Why do you keep sliding yourself into our lives like you are a fucking CD case, bitch? You're not a CD. We don't even sell CDs like that no more. We listen to Spotify. We listen to Pandora, bitch. We don't need your CD. We don't need your record, bitch. I'm gonna crack that shit in half. Watch. I'm gonna crack your shit in half. This all brings me back to this anime that I've been watching. Is JoJo. And JoJo's Adventure. And in JoJo's Adventure, particularly what sticks out to me is that people have two CDs. One CD is their memories, and the other CD is their soul. And I feel like because people are stepping on your soul CD right now, that you are about to crack theirs in half. What does that mean? I feel like you're going to steal a portion of their energy, not even really thinking about it, right? Not even really knowing about it. It's like, you might not even know these people is right on your dick riding that shit. So you might steal a portion of someone else's soul to use for your benefit, because the universe, because angels, because God, because your God, whoever your God is, allows you to do so. Okay? Because if you're not using your energy, it's not even about using your energy for good. It's about utilizing your energy appropriately, properly. And they ain't doing this shit. So you about to rock that motherfucking world. Watch when that bitch crack. Because when that bitch crack, that bitch going to the nut house. You understand what I'm saying? When that bitch crack, that bitch getting rocking them sock 'em robot type shit right up into the jail cell. So I'm just saying, just wait until the shit goes down. Because at this point, karma has been waiting to leap on these motherfuckers at all the right time, so their whole entire life falls apart. But keep in mind, you don't gotta feel bad about that shit, because when it comes down to it, these people need their shitty lives to fall apart before they can rebuild, if they even rebuild in the first place. Because who knows what happens to these people. At the end of the day, that's not your worry. Your worry is your future. Your worry is, the amount of courage that you show for the rest of your life. Because remember, the courage that you're showing right now towards this person is going to need to last. You need to drag this shit out if you want a successful fucking life. If you don't want nobody stepping and stomping on what your dreams are, what your goals are, what your prerogative is in relationships and love and romance. If you don't want nobody riding your dick just like this bitch rode your dick and tried to fuck with your shit, then you need to have courage. Selfishness. Okay, it's viewed as selfishness. It doesn't make you selfish. It just means that you are focused on yourself. Like, what is so crazy about independence, right? What is so crazy about wanting to be independent? What is so crazy about not wanting to rely on other human beings like that? That shit is so crazy to me, because it's like, there's animals out here who work in together. Basically, there's fish out here who feed off other fish, but the other fish allow them to do that. There's fucking, it's not just parasitic, it's a symbiotic relationship. It's symbiotic because the fucking whale knows the fish are underneath his gullet. It doesn't eat those fish because those fish are helping it with parasites. The bird that sits on the fucking humpback of the fucking hippo, it knows that the bird is there. It's not fucking retarded, but it also knows that the hippo is helping it release some of his fucking pain from the parasites that be jumping on that bitch, right? Have you seen those birds that like pick the teeth of the hippo and shit, where the hippo will open its mouth and the bird will go directly inside of its mouth and the hippo won't do shit? It's a symbiotic relationship, and we have, us individuals, us independents have a symbiotic relationship with our world. Okay, with our grass, with our trees, with any object, anything that you see, even if it's something that you built, you have a symbiotic relationship with that shit. And it has nothing to do with any other human other than yourself. Your relationship with this world is self-fulfilled. It is. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. This whole entire world, the reason why we have independence, okay, so the reason why we can gain self-worth, whether we're animals or not, whether we're humans or not, whether we're aliens or not, is because we were built this way. We were made this way, whether it was for a reason. We don't got to worry about that shit. We just got to utilize that energy. And the more we utilize, the more success we find. So I don't care if you had to change up out of the fucking washing machine. I don't care if you had to steal someone's clothes. I don't care if you had to steal someone's car. I don't care what you had to do in the past. I don't care how you got to where you built. I just want to know that you are utilizing your energy appropriate right the fuck now. Because now is the time to be grown, okay? You could have done everything in your teen year. You could have done horrible shit in your motherfucking teen years. And still, there is a redemption card. There is a trump card for you. You had horrible shit happen to you, right? On that account, it was returned to the people that surrounded you at that time, right? It was karma, bitch. And then karma hit people hard. And when that shit hit them, it might be life lasting. It could last their whole entire life, but do you have time to wait for those people that are suffering from their own clapback? Okay, do you have time? Because you got the lucky chance to redeem yourself. So don't you look down and look over at other people and start holding your hand out. You don't need to feed nobody. You don't need to give nobody bread. You are not Jesus Christ. We are not the prophet. We are not no prophet. The word prophet is disgusting, because in all reality, Jesus was a human being too. Okay, and he did things through his independence. He didn't do magic, bitch. He didn't fucking turn water into wine and piss in someone's glass. And all that nigga did was utilize his surroundings. That's all that nigga did. If we going by the Bible term, all that nigga did was utilize what this earth and what this world gave him. They gave him drugs. They gave him shrooms. They gave him fucking bushweeds. They gave him everything that he needed in order to convince people and give people feelings of happiness and healthiness. He gave people an easier way out because he discovered all this shit. He was modern medicine. He was that decades modern medicine. This nigga walk around with a fucking bucket of shrooms, walk around with a bucket of fucking hashish. He walked around with a bucket of marijuana, and he said, chill. Like, everybody chill. You lost your motherfucking arm. Here you go. I'm gonna give you some shrooms. Now you got a motherfucker. Now you can utilize your arm with no pain type shit. It's like, the reason why people raise a prophet onto a stage, an independent individual onto a stage, because you need to be independent to lead people. Okay, you need to be self-sufficient in order to lead people, because people cannot rely on you if you are not self-sufficient. So if you still leeching off your mama ass, leeching off your papa ass, leeching off of everybody ass, that's not an independent person. That's not a person. You can work towards that goal of being independent, but you still not strong enough to hold another person, right? So I don't understand why we be trying to get into loving relationships when we're like fucking 16 and 12 and 21. Bitch, get stable first. Get stable. Have a stable source of income. Have a stable fucking job. Have a stable, way to work. Like, don't keep prioritizing other people over your independence and your responsibilities just as one soul. You don't need another soul. Like, that's the soul sucking ass bullshit where you say you need a relationship. That's soul sucking ass bullshit when you say you need someone's dick up in your pussy, or you need someone to eat your pussy, or eat your dick type shit. That's just soul sucking energy. That's vampiric energy. Anyone who is not self-sufficient is going to be a vampire. It's just, some people give and some people take. You realize that? So because of this give and take energy, are you going to be a giver? Are you going to be a taker? That's how I feel about it. Are you going to be a giver? Are you going to be taken? All right, that was collective message. I really fuck with that shit.